Hello there everyone! It's the J-Man, TurtleMan coming at you with another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode review. Hey man, it's the J-Man. We have some downtime right now from new episodes of Ninja Turtles on Nickelodeon, so I thought it'd be fun to review a past episode chose at random, and the episode chosen was episode 1 of season 3, Within the Woods. This episode starts off with the Turtles kind of reeling from the big cliffhanger from season 2. The Turtles are escaping from New York with Leonardo's really beat up. He almost got killed by the Shredder, and his henchmen just totally pummeled him. Master Splinter is missing. Shredder threw him down a drain pipe that swirled around and flushed him who knows where. And on top of all that, the Kraang have invaded New York and taken it completely over and mutated everyone in it, including April's dad, and we assume Casey's dad and sister. So the cliffhanger from season 2 was big, and so this is the episode that comes in season 3, and they start off in Northampton, in April's old farmhouse from her childhood. And it was really cool seeing a change of location from New York City to the farmhouse to the woods. This episode had some nice homages and references to past TMNT incarnations and stuff. Mostly the Mirage comic, as well as even the first movie. In the Mirage comic, the Shredder defeats the Turtles at April's place. And they have to escape. April's building is on fire, and the Shredder just totally decimates them, including Leonardo. He's injured. So the Turtles and April and Casey and Splinter leave to go to, in the comics, it's actually Casey's grandmother's farmhouse, I believe. So they escape and go there and recover, and that's in issue 11 of the original Mirage comics. Also, some cool references to the first movie. Includes Leonardo in the bathtub. In the movie it was Raphael, but in the comics and in Nickelodeon it was Leonardo who's damaged in the bathtub, recuperating. You know, the Turtles are just doing their own thing around the farmhouse. A really cool thing is in the beginning of this episode, it starts off with April kind of narrating what's happened, what are they doing. She's writing in a journal. Very similar to Mirage comics as well as the first movie. I really like those. I love it when they put in those past TMNT homages. Really. The Turtles are concerned. They're not sure if Leonardo is ever going to wake up. He's been in a coma for a long time. So as they're doing their thing around the farmhouse, eventually he wakes up, and lo and behold, it's Seth Green! This is the first episode we get where Seth Green voices Leonardo. Previously it was Jason Biggs for the first and second season, well, most of second season, and then he got let go, and Seth Green stepped in, and watching it initially, that change, it was jarring a little bit, because it's very different than Jason Biggs. He's got a more deeper voice, and kind of rough, but I've grown to like it. He's done it for about a season and a half now, and I am used to it. Seth Green is Leonardo. Leonardo is Seth Green. That's in my mind. I like how they explain it too. I thought that was really clever. That it says that Donnie says that Shredder hurt him, and he sustained damage to his voice box and his larynx. That's why he kind of sounds different. And he kind of went through puberty all in one go. So, good job. This episode definitely focuses on Leonardo as the center turtle. Him kind of recovering, him kind of going through his thing. He's not sure if he's ever going to get better again. He's got some bad damage to his knees and to more of like his psyche than anything. Donatello makes him some weird mutagen medicine that he takes and barfs up. His barf looks a lot like funfetti icing. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, that's pretty much what it looks like. His puke oozes into the ground, and from it mutates plant material and produces our villain in this episode, which Mikey dubs the Creep. That's kind of our secondary storyline, is them dealing with the Creep, the horror within the woods, so to speak, and some really cool homages and references to some horror films. I know the producers of this show are big horror film fanatics. So, some really cool things. The creep, very reminiscent of Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. It even says Voorhees on his overalls that he wears. The sound effects, very similar, Friday the 13th. The music was more similar to Nightmare on Elm Street, I thought. But really cool. I love those classic horror film homages they do. They've done them many times in different episodes, but this one was really cool. So, some cool things in this episode, things I really liked. Some things I wasn't too sure of, like the creep himself. He's a cool villain, but I found him rather confusing. At one point, he captures Raphael, and he takes him and he sucks the mutagen out of him, as Donnie explains it. But he turns Raphael into like a plant creature that acts like a dog. And it was weird, like he's sucking the mutagen out of him to gain his power. That's how he gains his life force. But wouldn't, if he sucked the mutagen out of a turtle, a mutant turtle, turn him back into a regular turtle? Not a plant? Why did he turn into a plant? That's what I was confused about, and it was odd. Didn't really get it. Another thing I wasn't too keen on in this episode was the whole April, Casey, Donatello love triangle thing they still got going on. And if that's your thing, cool, enjoy it. Not really my thing. Don't really enjoy it. There's little subtle things in it, I didn't like. Like when Casey and Donnie are pretending to be all chummy like that. That's pretty funny. But when Donnie calls April his sweet chinchilla, that's a little cringeworthy, so no thank you. So, Within the Woods. Decent episode, with some good characterization for Leonardo, kind of recuperating from the last season's cliffhanger, but kind of a confusing episode overall, and a confusing villain. Somewhat disappointing intro, I felt like, to the farmhouse story arc that they have going in the beginning of Season 3. So, overall, I give it a 78%, C+. Thank you guys for watching this video. I like doing these random episode reviews, so let's find out which one I'm going to do next. I got my phone with my random number generator here, so we're going to do Season 2, Episode 8, which is, let's see if I find it here. Episode 8 is The Good, the Bad, and the Casey Jones. A good episode. Stay tuned for that, coming up soon. And if you want to keep updated with all my videos I'm doing, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram for all my cosplay adventures. Thank you guys for watching this video. Until next time, I'm the J-Man TurtleMan saying cowabunga.